Welcome to the channel, guys. Now we've got another video of Tryndamere in the top lane. We're up against a ranged champion, Aphelios. Press the attack is really powerful early. So we have the Doran's shield. And if we stand on our ranged minions, though, he cannot come up and auto us. We're pushing now, so that's pretty good. He does have lifesteal and kiting on that form that he's in right now. So it's more difficult to deal with him. And in that form, he's got a little more range. We're just going to get these last hits. We're shoving into him. We're happy with that. Mainly, we want to get level 6 here. Because with our ultimate, we can't die. And we can just kill him before he kills us. But he's going to have a little bit of pressure on us early game. Because we have to walk all the way up to hit him. And he can hit us from a distance. But if we stand on the back of these minions right here. When he walks up to auto us like that. Then he has to take damage from the minions. So he can't just continue to auto us if we're standing in the back of our minions right there. Okay, so we got Shaco coming in for a gank. Shaco is the jungler. Coming at us invisibly. But we have our spin, we're playing safe. And he's going to try to pressure us, probably because the jungler's still here, yeah. So they're really tunneling, trying to kill us. Which is good because they're not getting the kill, and they're spending a lot of time doing it. They may even try to dive us into the tower, but that's not going to work. If they try to chase down our Poppy and go for a really greedy play, see, that's good on the Shaco to ward there, because he wants to know if I'm going to join if they chase after the Poppy. I don't think they can dive if they try, but that's what you want to do to punish Tryndamere early game if you can, is dive him before he gets level 6. After Tryndamere gets level 6, if he has his ultimate up, you don't want to try to dive him. He's going to be diving you. Alright, so we're just getting this CS. It's pushing to us, so we're going to wait. It's all coming under tower. And we're chilling. Shaco wasted his time. He came up here trying to kill us. Tried very hard, as you saw. And he didn't get any gold or any experience for that. It was a big waste of his time. So that's what we've already done for our team, is preoccupy the jungler. Hey, that's him not killing somebody else. If he spent that time somewhere else and he was able to get the kill, then that would have been bad for our teammates. And we got his flash. So our ghost is going to come up before his flash. He stepped out of line a little bit there. So that means we're going to be able to punish him. He also used his ability to snare us, and that's how we knew we could go in. He got greedy and snared us before we engaged on him. Shaco could still be looking top. I doubt it, but it is possible. And we don't want to take a really bad trade if he has his snare up here. We are level 5, though. Maybe if he goes for this minion. Alright, we don't want to walk under tower and allow him to snare us. If he does snare us here, then there is a chance we can engage back on him with flash. He knows that, so he backs up. If our spin cooldown was a little bit shorter, we're flashing on him there, and we're going to probably finish him off with a spin. But right now, the fact that we even have more CS than him in a ranged matchup is crazy. That's very good, because we shouldn't be able to normally punish him until we get our boots, level 6, and all that, right? So because it is 5 minutes, we're going to smack the turret a couple times, because the turret gets a little bit weaker, and we might be able to get a plate. We're just gonna push this wave in, because we still have to have time to recall. We do have level 6 advantage, but it would be nice to spend the gold before we dive him. We can just shove a wave and then dive him when he returns. I mean, when we return to lane after we spend our gold. So yeah, it's fine maybe to dive him here, but it would be really nice if he used up all of his gun that can do the snaring, because eventually that does get used up, and that's probably the one that's the biggest deal that counters us, except for the one that does lifesteal. But the thing about that one is that he's already used it, so we're happy to just go to lane, have the advantage of him missing flash, right? He does have barrier. That's another thing to keep in mind. If I were to go for a dive on him there and he barriered and kill us, that would have been very unfortunate. That's why it's good a lot of times to wait until all of your cooldowns are aligned if you're going to go for a dive. Make sure you have your ultimate and your flash, and maybe your ghost as well, so you don't barely miss out on it and then lose all of your momentum and potential. Right now, we're just going to let this wave shove to us. We don't know where Shaco is. We want this gold. We want to continue to have an experience advantage over this guy. And look, now he does have something that can damage us as we dive him, but doesn't have anything that can CC us or kite us that well. He just has to rely on his auto attacks. And he doesn't have flash either. So he's in a really bad spot. Plus his jungler's showing up on the bottom side of the map, and I've got the wave frozen. If you freeze this wave here, he can't walk up for CS. So eventually, he's going to probably want some XP, and we're going to be able to run him down without having to tower dive him. And we do like to tower dive him. It's not that that is necessarily more difficult in this situation. It's just that we want to deny him minions if we can. Also probably attract the jungler over here. The Aphelios is, without a doubt, pinging his jungler saying, oh my god, come help me break this freeze, please. So, I'm going to take the cannon minion right there. And we're actually going to slow push it instead of freezing it. There is dragon on the other side of the map, so he's kind of pushing the wave back from range, but he's not able to counter the slow push at all. It's going to slow push, and then we're probably going to dive him and kill him. The only thing is we have to be conscious. The only thing we have to be conscious of is we have to get through his barrier and his damage, but it's really not that big of a deal. Now he's looking to not get slow pushed into. He wants to damage us as much as he can. He wants to thin the wave as much as he can. He doesn't want this whole wave under tower as we dive him. And the Shaco is here to protect him. And we may live here. Yeah, we do live here. So even though the jungler came to back him up, doesn't matter. We got him. And I think he's going to dive. No, he's not going to dive. He is going to try to push the wave under tower, so we missed some minions, but we're looking great right now. That was definitely a moment to celebrate. Pulling the jungler up. He's not getting anything done. We dive him under tower anyway. That's a very let's go, baby moment, but we're a little stressed out. We're not wanting to get killed. We got to focus. And things are going pretty good. That's how you play these ranged matchups. You just kind of chill. Don't give them too much respect early, but obviously don't try to get all the CS. Get the XP for the CS, certainly, but don't try to get all of the gold on the CS and take your health bar and damage and lose your kill pressure against them, because they can poke you and pressure you every moment. But the pressure that you have is your all-in potential. You have to leverage the fact that you can actually completely wipe them out. So we're gonna wait. We don't want to push it quickly because we don't have our ultimate. That's the main thing. And we want to, if we can, preserve our spin so that if the jungler comes, if Shaco comes, we can spin away. We're pretty safe if we have our spin when Shaco shows up. Poppy's going for the Rift Herald. You know, she's pretty fed. Whatever. If Shaco shows up, I might go over there and help her deal with him. I do have my... Oh, yeah. No, let's go give her some assistance. We don't like having to make this play where we help our Poppy. But, in fact, the Aphelios is in a really bad spot now. That was a big heal. I'm not actually sure what healed him. I was not aware that Aphelios, when he lands his ultimate, gets a huge heal. If that's what happened. That's crazy. But it looks like we got his flash again. So, he pretty much had to burn his flash as soon as it came back up, which makes it, again, as you know, easy to dive him. So look, as soon as we get our ghost again, we're diving him. And we don't like to roam on Tryndamere. It's very annoying. You really want to stay in lane, but obviously there's exceptions to every rule. And in that situation, we don't want to get our Poppy, who's in a great lead, bullied off of that Rift Herald, have her time wasted. Maybe she gets killed. We don't want any of that. We want to make sure that our jungler stays healthy and ahead. Could be an opportunity for us to pick up some free kills too if they overplayed it, right? That being said, unless our Poppy wants to come top and drop the Rift Herald immediately, I don't have my summoners yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just recall and spend my gold. This guy now has the two worst things, weapons, forms, whatever you call them on Aphelios, guns, when it comes to Tryndamere, me fighting him. He's got the one that kites you, and he's got the one that snares you. So, that's not what we want. So we kind of want him to burn through that before we have to face him. And look, the cannon wave takes longer for him to clear, so we shove that cannon wave in. We get a little bit of a better recall off. There's no reason not to go ahead and do that before we recall. So we're gonna get the noon quiver. Why not? And we're on our way back. Easy as that. Is Shaco doing Shaco things? Looks like he's having kind of a bad game though. He is 3-1, but he's been doing a lot of things that just aren't working out. All right, what do we got bot lane? Looks like their bot lane is overplaying it from my vantage point. Oh, apparently not. Lulu is pretty powerful. So our bot lane did a big throw there, but that's okay. And then we have Aphelios actually in the mid lane, and he's dead. So normally what we'd do is have this lane slow push back to us. We'd freeze on him again. We'd put him in a really bad position where he can't farm, or if he does come up to farm, he gets killed. But now because he just randomly died in another lane, we get to just push this tower and get all this XP and deny him all his XP. And look, the jungler might try to come top, but we're not concerned with that. It's not like Shaco can do anything to us. Except for annoy us, really. We might even be interested in his red buff. So we're gonna maybe check that out after we go for the complete tower here. You know Shaco's still mid. Aphelios just spawned. He's probably coming top lane. He's probably not very happy about it though, because he doesn't want to have to lane against me. So we're gonna wait till his cannon dies, I think, before I finish it. Just to make sure that that's another thing Aphelios can't get, and then boom. And then because it's safe to, we can push it all the way to the tower. If you push it halfway, it does come back to you eventually, and that's fine. But you want to deny them as well if you can. And let's see this red buff. I'm a little bit more interested in the red buff than I am the Aphelios kill, because any further behind we can set a Shaco, man, that's just, it's amazing. A Shaco from behind is a very useless champion. We do not want Shaco to get set behind if he's on our team. And if he's on the enemy team, look, you take his camps, that's devastating for him. Because then if his kills aren't working out, he's not getting anything. And he's not the fastest farmer either. He's got his boxes early game, which are awesome for clearing, awesome for farming. But eventually, he's just taking items that he has in his inventory, bringing that to the table. And he doesn't have really a kit for anything other than being annoying. We got mobility here. Obviously, we're against a ranged top laner, so we like mobility. Mobility is good against this guy. And Vayne is a huge issue in general. This one's getting killed by our bot lane, which is great. But we saw she did make a really good comeback play earlier. If the game goes really long, Vayne's always a huge threat. And you can't have enough mobility for fighting these ranged champs that are very kitey. Especially if they have spells that can kite you as a melee character. My preference is always going to be mobility on Tryndamere above everything else. He's going to have a lot of damage. This Rumble, speaking of damage, is going to have a lot of damage, but if he sticks around, we get him. Yeah, we want to take him out. And he's doing good to be inside of this equalizer. That's a good way to try to kite me there. But unless the Shaco was ready preemptively to... like, if the Shaco knew that I was going to go for the dive on Rumble and he was in position to kill me after I went for that dive, that would have been a good play for them. But if they didn't expect that, you know, there's no follow-up. There's nothing they can do about it. We do have the red buff. We don't have our ultimate, so we're looking to farm and get away. If you don't have your ultimate, look at this gap. 135 CS, hello? That's a lot. 73? That's a huge, huge advantage. You know, being 2-0 is great, but we will take our jungler's wolves one time. Why not? You want to stay farmed on Tryndamere. We don't want to take our whole jungler's jungle, but I started clicking them. I'm not going to waste the time to stop clicking them. Let's see what we got going on in Shaco's jungle. Remember, we took Shaco's jungle earlier. So not only are we getting CS, and we're slowing the Aphelios down from becoming any kind of reasonable threat. We're denying him farm by pushing his CS under tower, and we're denying the jungler farm by literally just going and taking it. Alright, so now there's a few of them missing. We don't want to fight all three of them at once, but we could make a nice flash play over the wall. See, there's the Vayne coming back into the game. It doesn't take a lot for Vayne to come back. you don't always need to build on Tryndamere for who you're laning against, because you may have to end up fighting somebody different. It's very likely that there's going to be somebody on their team that gets a lot more fed than the person you're laning against, because I'm going to beat the person I'm laning against. And the people on my team may not win their lane, and if they don't win their lane, then you know, you end up with a fed Vayne or a fed Shaco or a fed Rumble, and you're fighting them. So when I see some kitiness, somebody that you know, if they look like they can kite me, I'm gonna build Gale Force if I think that's who I'm gonna end up fighting. If I think that's who's gonna end up winning their situation. So I am spinning into no vision here, but I do have gap closers. I'm trying to cut Rumble off on the minimap. It looks like he may escape my team, and with the help of his team, and he doesn't. And look, that's a great situation too. Now my teammates are getting fed for me helping. And obviously we want to kill Vayne first, and then Aphelios. They're the big threats here. And then Lulu, that guy's got it. I'm going to go on the Lulu kill just in case something happens. Aphelios is already done. You know, it's not about us taking as many kills as possible. It's about us winning the game. And so I was really content for my ADC to get that kill there. It's fine. I was going to say Lucian. It looked like Lucian, but it's a new champion. Lights, camera, action, baby. And look, we had a bug where our spin just like persisted and a glowing aura around us. I've never seen that before. But what I have seen before is me having a clean ass lead and taking this tower, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it too. Look, our team's on the Rift Herald. Their whole team's coming up. Could I dive Rumble if he's alone? Yes, of course. But do I want to give Vayne a huge 400 gold shutdown and a bunch of experience that she needs to get back into the game? No. If you're ahead, you want to play confident enough to have them, I guess, surrender. And there we go. It's as easy as that. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And remember, life is good.